JC St. Louis, oldest living hippie.
Hello everyone, this is JC St. Louis's oldest living hippie, and I'm going to bring you the Midas Touch video today on YouTube that's about 7 minutes long about the legal woes of the J6 defendants, including Donald Trump and his stupidity trying to incite the riots. So here we go. This is Mike Popok.
This is Michael Popok. We've got an unprecedented level of cooperation between two cases against Jan 6 defendants and Donald Trump, civil cases in D.C. Circuit Court seeking damages for the families and for the actual police officers, Metro Police, the D.C. Police, and Capitol Police. Now, the Capitol Police case has gotten a lot of attention because it's led by the widow, the girlfriend of Officer Sicknick, and that case is in front of Judge Mehta. But now we have new evidence that there is cooperation between that case and the case involving the Metro Police, who are the plaintiffs, in a case against John Schaefer, one of the founders of the Oath Keepers. I mean, we hear a lot about Stewart Rhodes, but the other founder of the Oath Keeper, John Schaefer, was the first Jan 6 defendant to plead guilty and cooperated with law enforcement against the Oath Keepers in particular. He got very little fanfare, but he pled guilty very early on, avoided the seditious conspiracy count, but of course is now being sued civilly, appropriately, along with 36 other right-wing militia who were involved in Jan 6 by the Metro Police, the D.C. Police, and their families who suffered injuries and medical expenses and hospitalization bills and other pain and suffering at the hands of the Jan 6 defendants. So he is a defendant, this John Schaefer, former member of a heavy metal band. You can't make this stuff up. He's being sued there, but it's now been revealed that the lawyers who are handling the case of the Metro Police and their families against these 36, including John Schaefer, in front of Judge Amit Mehta, are cooperating with another case that's in front of Judge Amit Mehta, brought by Officer Sicknick's widow and 6 or 7 other police officers. And that one has Donald Trump as a defendant for his role in promoting the insurrection, the attempted overthrow of democracy to try to cling to power in a coordinated conspiratorial fashion. Now, that case we reported on the Midas Touch Network back when Judge Mehta already denied Donald Trump's motion to dismiss the case, claiming immunity and claiming there was no conspiracy. And the judge says, no, I'm letting this case go to a jury. That Judge Mehta. The same Judge Mehta, by the way, who has handed out 3 of the highest Jan 6 prison sentences so far, including the 18-year sentence that was just handed out to Stewart Rhodes, John Schaefer's co-founder of the Oath Keepers. And we're not done with Judge Mehta. Judge Mehta not only presides over the John Schaefer case, where he's a defendant with 36 others by the Metro Police, in the case brought by Sicknick's loved ones against Donald Trump and others, including those in conspiracy with John Schaefer. He's got that second case. And then he also handled, Judge Mehta, the sentencing of John Schaefer when he pled guilty. So if you had Mehta at home on your bingo card, you'd be a winner. And this just shows you how tight and coordinated, thank God, the victims and their counsel are to try to get justice here. We now have learned that they are sharing, the lawyers and the plaintiffs, in 2 separate cases that are not yet and probably won't be consolidated in an official sense, a formal sense, meaning a judge can consolidate cases for various purposes involving different parties or the same parties. Generally, it's the same or similar parties or coming out of the same operative facts, right? And he can consolidate it either for discovery purposes, the exchange of information pre-trial between parties, including document exchange and depositions. He can do it for trial or both. That's how consolidation happens. or the lawyers can sort of work out an informal cooperation and consolidation arrangement, which it looks like the lawyers for the DC police and the lawyers for the Capitol Police are working together as a fulcrum against not only John Schaefer, but Donald Trump in sharing deposition and other discovery material. And they've disclosed that to Judge Mehta, who presides over both cases. So that's a good thing, that they are working together. They're sharing information. They're learning. It's almost like AI, right? They're learning new information every day. They're sharing it with each other. They're going to coordinate depositions and deposition strategy. It makes for a stronger case. It strengthens their hand. I'm talking as a 32-year trial lawyer. It strengthens their hand and their ability to present their case ultimately to a jury, even if it's two separate juries. So that's the latest reporting. John Schaefer sits at the center of it as the founder of Oath Keepers, but one that folded early, right? Like a cheap card table, the first defendant to take a plea and get sentenced and cooperate with the government. And he did so against the ones that were just sentenced this past week by Judge Mehta for their particular trial. That John Schaefer at the center, document exchange between the DC police and the Metro police in their separate cases, but related cases in terms of what they're seeking, damages, except just to keep it straight, the case involving the Capitol Police has Donald Trump as an official defendant, and the case of the Metro Police does not, although they're sharing information in discovery and depositions between them. We will continue to follow what happens with both of those trials. They were filed in 2021, one in the summer, one at the end of the year, and people may have forgotten about them because we've been focused so much at this intersection of U.S. politics and law on the criminal cases. But there are civil cases that may be, in some instances, equally important to get justice, because civil cases can go after money and they can compensate people for loss and injury. And that has to happen in this society as well. I follow it, Michael Popak, on a podcast that I co-anchored and co-founded, speaking of co-founded, called Legal AF, also on the Midas Touch Network. We do it on Wednesdays, we do it on Saturdays, and you can follow it wherever you get your podcast from, and you can watch us live on YouTube when we actually record them on Wednesdays and Saturdays. If you like this hot take of the content and you learned something during it, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. It helps improve the content and the way I deliver it. And you can follow me on all things social media at MS Popak. This is Michael Popak, Legal AF reporting.
Hey, Midas Mighty. Love this report? Continue the conversation by following us